Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. All right, we're moving into the question of the day, and then we got our TikTok reaction. Question of the day. Chat33, drop the threes. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for me. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for me. We're going to take the Classic Code Sports stream down. All right, so if you was watching from Classic Code Sports, come over to the Classic Codes on YouTube or Twitch. We just came, the stream just ended on Classic Code Sports. Slide over to the Classic Codes on YouTube or Twitch to finish watching the stream.
Classic.
All right, so question of the day. Is handsome privilege real? How does it present itself? Is handsome privilege real, and how does it present itself? Fellas in the chat, y'all let me know what y'all think. Have y'all experienced any handsome privilege, whether it was the privilege given to you or bestowed upon you, or you've been around somebody who actually, benefits from handsome privilege on a regular basis, and so you've witnessed it? Y'all let me know if you guys have seen it, if it's real, and how it presents itself. Talk to me, chat. But while we wait on the chat to chime in, I'll give y'all my take on it. I think handsome privilege is very much real. With women, is more than just being handsome, but if we're staying on topic, handsome privilege is real. Being tall adds to it though, because if if you're considered by women to be a very handsome man, right? But you're 5'6", it can take away from you're gonna lose aura. You're gonna lose aura for that. But when you walk in 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and you look like something. And you know what I mean? You look like something, you present a certain way. God forbid you be well spoken. You understand me? And then you have just the right hint of like just a sprinkle of bad boy energy on you. Yeah, you're gonna get some privilege when it comes to dealing with women. You definitely gonna get some privilege when it comes to dealing with women. And I'll tell you this, it's unfortunate because it could be crippling for some men. Men who don't have discipline, certain morals and principles instilled in them at a young enough age, and they handsome privilege start to kick in, a little bit sooner than they can grow up. It's put a lot of people in bad situations that they got to spend many, many years trying to climb back from, you know what I mean? Work their way back from. So I think that it's important to understand, what sets you apart from other men when you out here, in the world and dealing with these females and stuff like that. But with that understanding, I think it's you still got to operate inside of some discipline. I think it's going to be very important because if you don't, that's how you end up. Like we just got done covering Nick Cannon, and earlier in that interview, y'all can go watch the full thing on Sarah Fontenot on It's Given podcast channel. But earlier in that interview, she asked him about like how he got to a point where he was having so many kids by so many different women, and he spelled it out to a degree. But ultimately, I just heard a lack of discipline. You can explain it away 100 different ways. I just heard a lack of discipline. He had access to some shit that he wasn't ready to manage properly, or who's to say if it's proper or improper. He had access to some things that he wasn't ready to manage inside of his best interest. But fortunately for him, he's also blessed enough to be able to afford what he's created. You know what I mean? His legacy, all them kids, the big ass village that he would call his whole family, between the women and the kids they got with him, the kids they got with others. Those, like, it's a big ass web that he's created for himself. But fortunately, he's one of the people where money isn't something that he even has to think about. It's more so about the other things. It's more so going to be about his availability, his accessibility, his ability, where do these women live in relation to each other, as far as on other sides of the country or whatever the case may be. Like, those are more so the things that he has to worry about. But yet and still, it goes back to the privilege. Cortez said, yes, handsome privilege is real. How does it present itself? I was giving y'all an example on a stream yesterday where I was saying, like, I've definitely experienced handsome privilege before. Like, I'll be behind a guy in line at a store, and the cashier be a relatively all right looking woman, and she's giving the guy in front of me all type of off-putting energy or whatever, just doing her job, just ringing him out, regular shit, boom, boom, have a good day. Just saying her script. No sauce on it, no nothing. Just halfway rude, but on the cusp of like reasonable customer service type shit. Just I've been here all day type energy. Boom. I step up to check out. Hey, how are you doing today? Whole different demonstration. Oh, I'm well. How are you? I'm doing all right. Thank you so much for asking. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. I'm glad you're doing well. Got a long shift ahead of you? I'm just a generally kind person, right? Got a long shift ahead of you? No, I'll be getting out of here shortly, but I'm sure I'm ready to go. But I try not to complain. What do you have on? You smell really nice. Oh, okay. I see what this is. I see what this is. I see what this is. Okay. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like what? But the energy shift is crazy. And then like they get done ringing you out, checking you out. Boom, you get your merch. And then you see the next person step up to the register and the tone go right back. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Boop, boop. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it. And the privilege in that instance, I mean, I wouldn't even say that's necessarily a good example of privilege, but you understand that you get treated. Well, I would say it is privilege, right? Getting some good customer service in the United States is a privilege these days. Shit. So but yeah, just getting treated differently because you present differently. It's a real thing. Just like men, for example, if they want to put themselves in a position where they're demanding respect without demanding it, wear a suit for a day. Everything you're doing, just wear a suit for a day. Like you got to go run errands, you got to go to the store, whatever. Throw a suit on. Go wear a suit for a day. Tie too. Tie, shirt, button up shirt, suit jacket, clean belt, nice, good trousers. Put a comfortable, put a comfortable but dressy shoe on and just wear a suit and go about your day. Go get your groceries in the suit, go shopping at the mall in a suit. You know what I mean? Stop at your cell phone, spot at the suit in a suit, just wear a suit for a day and see how people treat you different. It's a real thing. See how people treat you different. For real, for real. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think that handsome privilege is a real thing, and I think it presents itself in a lot of different ways. I just gave y'all one example, but I mean, like I say, if you get the privilege, but you don't have the discipline to really manage it properly, you can put yourself in some bad situations. Now, if you do have the privilege and you know how to be manipulative for your own benefit, but without being emotionally destructive to people, you could use it in the business world, for example. You know what I mean? I had some handsome privilege that helped me out in corporate, but I never had to like do nothing strange for a piece of change or nothing. But when people like being around you for certain reasons, even if it's just being eye candy in the office, it could put you in different situations. You know what I mean? Where you can win without no integrity being compromised or no nothing. So I definitely think it's a real thing. I think it's under talked about. We talk about pretty privilege and all of that, and we talk about the how beautiful women had a world at their fingertips and things like that. But I would say that being a man that has handsome privilege, or being like one of those guys where it's like most rooms you walk into in general, women of all different ages find you to be attractive. I would say those men are more rare than the women who stop a room when they walk in. Like there's whole ass countries of beautiful ass women. They just live in a country where everybody fine as hell, so it's not a big deal. But if they brought their ass over here and you dropped them off anywhere in the United States of America, they hidden. They a 10. 10 out of 10. At the crib, they rank at the crib, they are 8. Because it's normalized. They come over here, they an 11. You know what I'm saying? They an 11. So, but when it come to men like us, there's very few of us that's worldwide, globally, just a gorgeous guy to most women on the planet. There's very few of us. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not saying I'm in that, I'm not even saying I'm at that tier. My aura is up for show, chat, but I'm not even saying I'm at that tier. But I'm just saying that's more rare. So and it's because women are more particular than us. You know what I mean? So you have to really be a very unique fit to be like generally attractive to women globally. without it being about no bread either. Without it being about no bread. Just the women across the whole planet just look at you and be like, oh, that's a, you know what I mean? That's a mastodon of a man. Chat33 in the building. Jay Zilla, what's happening with it? What's happening with it, my boy? But yeah, that's what we got on the question of the day. Is handsome privilege real? And how does it present itself? Souls of thought, I'm late. Nah, you here? You right on time. We winding down though. I don't have a lot of time. I can't do a 2-3 hour stream right now. I got some things I got to take care of, especially if I'm gonna be able to tap in with y'all tonight on your panel. I know I wasn't able to get on there yesterday, but I'm trying to make some time. So I'm gonna have to, you know, not cut my stream short, but keep it right at the hour 15 mark. You understand what I'm saying? Classic. Yeah, that's it for the question of the day. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode.